Hey, Kitaholic Kits. It's Scrap and Ames here, or Amy, from the design team, and I'm up with my next or fourth project for May. And I got stuck with what pattern paper to use here. As you can see, I've got 3 sets here, and realistically, I really was stuck on which ones to use. I loved the pink. I loved the floral. The blue I knew I was going to use mainly as my paper layer, matte, whatever you want to call it, for the photo. But these two, I really was stumped. I wanted to do a sort of a frame around the main background paper, but which one was which, I couldn't decide. I loved them both, and I didn't want to block them both out, either of them out. So my solution was this. So I still had my border, which was the floral, so you can still see the florals, but I cut my pink paper down to, I think it's 8" by 10". So I still had that solid color, which is basically what I wanted, because I knew I really wanted to sort of use some stamps and some embellishments and all the things that we had in the kit this month. I really wanted to use those, and I knew I wouldn't be able to do a lot of that with the florals, the floral pattern paper, because it would just sort of be a bit overwhelming, I thought, anyway, to the eye if I, went all out. So I solved my problem and I was back on track, but I seriously sat there for ages trying to figure out what I was going to do. So I am scrapping this lovely photo here of my aunt and I. We have a very, very close relationship. I always have since growing up. And at one stage we were pretty much working together as family daycare educators before I stepped back into my role as a director of a long daycare centre. And so we were going to a dinner that's always held at the end of the year, with the scheme we were working with, and that was a photo that was snapped by the professional photographer that was there, going back a few years now. So I've had it sitting on my fridge, but I decided to sort of change our fridge up a little bit, so I've taken it off the fridge, and what better way to keep it recorded than put it in an album? So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just distressing the edge of this paper just because I wasn't happy with it just sitting on the background paper. So I could have put it up on some craft foam, but I wasn't happy with that either. I was very indecisive. I really was. I wanted more out of this layout. I really did. So I fussed around for ages. So there's lots of editing, because I really just cannot decide what I want. So as I said, distressed the edges, contemplated inking the edges of this pink paper. I didn't. I just went with the distressed, and then I decided, mainly because it started to rip at the bottom here, and I thought, I'm going to do this trick. And I thought I'll tear a little bit out of the bottom just to add a little bit of hidey hole interest in this bottom bit. Again, just adding a pop of something underneath this pink paper. I decided I'm going to add some ephemera underneath, and this is what I go with. And I thought these blue pieces, these die cuts will sort of tie in the blue, because they're pretty much exactly what's matching my photo. So they work really well underneath here, and it's just a nice little subtle pop that goes in underneath this pink pattern paper. Just a nice little something different. So I just play around here. As you can see, I don't think I've stuck the pink. No, I haven't stuck the pink paper down yet, because I still could not decide. So I'm just moving around. Could not decide what I wanted to do. So now here we go. I'm just like, make your mind up, Amy. Let's get some stuff stuck down and get this layout going, because I really seriously was just not deciding. I don't know if it was because I was not well and my head was not clear, and I don't know. I'm really not my mojo is starting to come back, but I'm really at a point, a bit of a crossroads with things, in that I really want more from my scrapping. I don't know about anyone, if you ever get to that point where you go, and I had it kind of pointed out to me that I moved house and I had heaps going on, and I really needed more from my scrapping. And now I'm like, right, been binge watching YouTube. I've been off sick for a week from work, so I've just been laying on the lounge a lot, and I'm just trying to get some ideas and get my mojo going, but really getting some more. And that's why I think I was really indecisive with this layout. I wanted to try some new things, play around with it, give you guys a bit more. And I don't know, let me know, guys. Do you ever get to a point where you go, I just need something more from my scrapping, and it's more for you than it is for anyone else? I guess in this case, design team things, I'm always designing for those who are watching this. But yeah, I'm just after something a bit extra, just taking that leap forward a little bit, I guess. Yeah, so we shall see what happens. Bit of a rant there, but anyway. So anyway, back to my layout here. But I'm going through all the bits and pieces we got in our kits this month. So I've got the Kaiser Craft sticker book here. I've also pulled out the Kaiser Craft die cuts as well, and I've made a nice cute little bit underneath the pink on the left. That little, I've used a little tag, and then that little smiles all around. Just tuck that in underneath, and this is where I start to go, yeah, okay, this is coming together all right, and I'm starting to make some clusters. I've put that big floral piece in behind the back of the photo, and I love that there. That doesn't get moved. I love that there. For some reason, I think it really draws your eye to the photo, which for this layout obviously is the focal image, or the focal point. And I love the cluster I build at the bottom here. I continually add to it. Like, I sort of do a little bit, and then I do a little bit more, and it really builds on it. So I really like that. I added a little sticker to that you and me, the little hidey hole piece at the bottom there. I even pop on, some wood veneer here. I just keep building here. Like, I add this, I know I want to add that journaling piece there, like that white circle from our exclusives, but I don't stick it down because to me it just looks a bit flat. Again, I just want to add more and more. And even this floral, as much as I love it there, and I stick it down, but I'm like, I feel like I need something more there, which I think comes a bit later on. I do build on that section a little bit more shortly. I love these stamps. I'm not usually a stampy kind of girl. I don't always, I have a big basket, like I'm looking at it now, and I have this huge basket of stamps. And if you go over to my channel, I'm pretty certain by the time this video hits the Kitaholics channel, I would have had a craft room tour on my Scrap and Ames channel as well. And you will see I have this huge basket of stamps, and I barely use them. But I love this stamp set. I love the flowers in it, the butterflies, even the words are beautiful. And this flower one, I love the way that this worked with this journaling piece. It just sat really well. At first I was like, oh, do I do this? Is this going to look really silly? But for me, I'm always like, well, if I stuff it up, I'll just put a sticker over it, or, I'll slide that over and it'll work there or whatever. Oh, my jumper's hanging in the way. But it worked really well. I do put another stamp because I thought, oh, look, that looks really great. Here at this top bit I'm working on, and I'm sort of a bit in two minds as to whether or not that actually worked as well. But it's there. I do kind of cover it a little bit because I'm not sure it was the right stamp to use, but hey, it's there now. I don't mind it. I'm looking at the layout in front of me and it works, sort of, so it's okay. We'll go with it. It's all good, peeps. I'm okay. And I wanted to use this yellow flower because there's lots of yellow in the flower clusters around the background paper. There's also pops of yellow like in the flower behind the photo and those sorts of things. I kind of want to add it in just to have its own sort of adding my own pops of yellow there as well. I also add that in by adding some splatters of gold at the end, which you'll see. So kind of jumping ahead there, but anyway. Now, I think I popped that up on some 3D, on some craft foam, just to give it a bit of dimension there. I actually think I've nearly used up the die cuts after this layout. Oh, that's right. I tried to use more wood veneer because I only have one piece of wood veneer on the page. And I do try and go with a bit of the rule of thirds, but I try to, but, there's not always, don't always have to follow the rules. I do love this sticker book. I'm not always a sticker book fan either. I do use sticker books for my planning, my diaries, but not generally for scrapbooking. But I do love this one, so I think I'll be using that more often. You might, it will go definitely into my Alex drawers. Sit on top of my drawer that is past kits, and I'm sure it will come out in other layouts. I'm sure you will see. I got stuck using this sticker. I was trying to be really clever with it, but I kind of think that might have been a little bit of a fail, but that's okay. So I popped one up the top. It says memories, and then I popped one in underneath the photo there next to the cluster of flowers. Oh, not cluster, but the big bunch of flowers, I guess, behind the photo. So I'm going to work on my title, and I went to use the like the chipboard fray word thickers we got. Oh my god, sorry, my head is not working. But then I really liked these ones, so I decided that my title would just be aunt and niece, so together, as well. So I did use them, and then cut to that being done. And then 2017, I thought I would use these big numbers from the Heidi Swap die cuts, and I wanted to pull some more of those from the die cuts there because I haven't really used them. I am struggling to use those. There's lots of journaling tags, and I haven't really used those, so I might make some DIY embellishments with those or something like that down the track, or my bonus video. And then I end up gluing the wood veneer I wanted to use in the wrong spot, on the wrong side, so I had to sort of slide it in there and just hope for the best. There we go, adding 3 wood veneer pieces on. So the page is, I think my page is just about done. I do ruffle up the edges a bit, and I'm really happy with the way this turns out. It does look busy, but I've used all the elements from the kit, which I was really happy with. I'm trying to use up the kits and use all the pieces on my projects, so you guys get to see how they're all used. And I tried something a little bit different with the background paper with the 8x10 inch pattern paper as well in the middle. And then, distressing the edges, which I haven't done that in ages. So, just trying to step out of what I usually do, which is something that, we can get a bit comfortable sometimes, especially if we're in a rush. We've got very little creative time, which I think all of us do at times, especially now we're past all the long weekends and the holidays and things like that. We get very limited creative time for ourselves, so we sometimes rush. So I hope you're enjoying your kits. We're nearly at the end of the month and ready for our June kits. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Head on over to the Kitaholics community page and subscriber page to see more. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you for the June kits. Bye for now.